The counterattack of Barack Obama, that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. The senator is making the rounds of friendly venues like CNN, trying to convince America that he has the right stuff to be president. As political consultant Ed Rollins said on the Radio Factor today, that is the smart thing to do. Get your message out in safe territory. Bernie and Jane will analyze these pro-Obama zones coming up. But if Senator Obama is going to stay away from the Factor and other venues where specific questioning takes place, then we need to know that. This morning I had a good conversation with Bill Burton, Obama's communications guy, and asked that the senator give the Factor the same courtesy that he gives other programs. I think that's a reasonable request. Now, how many of you believe that I've treated Barack Obama fairly so far? Raise your hands. That's what I thought, most of you. There is no doubt that so far I've given the senator the benefit of the doubt, and there have been those. But we will not play patty cake with Obama or any other presidential candidate, and those who do that should be ashamed. Now, even though Obama is cherry-picking his press exposure, he's still at risk. He said this on a Philadelphia radio station.
The point I was making was not that my grandmother harbors any racial animosity. She doesn't.
Right.
But she is a typical white person who, if she sees somebody on the street that she doesn't know, there's a reaction that's been bred into our experiences that don't go away and that sometimes come out in the wrong way.
So are you offended by that statement? Some are, because Obama used the words typical white person. But I don't believe Obama meant anything by it. He's trying to make a point. In conversation, you can't say everything perfectly. Ironically, Obama used recollections of his grandmother the same way I did months before. My grandmother, on my mother's side, however, was prejudiced against blacks. And I used to tell her, I said, Grandma, you don't even know any black people. Have you ever spoken to a black person in your entire life? And the answer was no. She was afraid. She watched the TV news, she'd see all the perp walks, a lot of black faces, and she's afraid of it. I would say, listen, Grandma, I play on a football team, and these black guys protect me. Without them, I've got 5 injuries. I got 2 broken arms. I mean, they're blocking for me, Grandma. All right? We don't want to say anything bad about them. We like them. They're good guys. As you may remember, that conversation was taken completely out of context by the vile Media Matters outfit, and some called me a racist. True. And just last night, Chris Matthews misquoted that conversation because Matthews is too lazy to find out what was actually said. NBC News strikes again. So I have sympathy for Senator Obama in this race deal. But millions of Americans disagree with me, and doubts about Obama are growing, so this is a tough deal for him. He can only overcome it if he speaks to all the folks, not just to his crew. Now, I made that point to Mr. Burton today, and I hope the senator hears me. And that's a memo.